superheroes and the zombie apocalypse. What could go wrong? Everything. Everything can go wrong. So I'm gonna stay spoiler-free for the first little bit of this video. I'll let you know when I get into spoilers, just in case you want to read this mini-series fresh. That being said, DCEASED is one of the best DC Comics miniseries I've read in a really, really long time. So if you're interested in the DC superheroes and the zombie apocalypse and how that would play out, it's 6 issues, so it's a fast, fun read, although issue 6 doesn't come out until the end of this month. But the first 5 issues are out, and they are so good. And if you're familiar and like Marvel Zombies, you'll probably like this too. Though if you haven't read Marvel Zombies, know that there are a lot of issues to that. It's not like the DCEASED, where we only have 5 issues and we're getting a total of 6. If you want to get into Marvel Zombies, there's a lot. Also, calling it DCEASED is such a fun title. I know some people might think it's a little corny and on the nose, but I think it's absolutely fantastic. So what is this series about? Well, like I said, it's zombies and superheroes, although the zombies aren't technically zombies, they're functionally the same. So here's the official synopsis. What happens to the world's finest if the world ends? With death spreading across the planet, who will live and who will turn in this apocalyptic tale of heroism, sacrifice, and annihilation? 600 million people worldwide are instantly turned into violent, monstrous engines of destruction when their minds are recoded with the corrupted anti-life equation from Apocalypse. The heroes of Earth are fighting a losing battle to save humanity, save the world, and save themselves, in one of the most shocking tales ever told in the DC universe. Fighting time, each other, and all of humanity, Earth's greatest heroes must rally together for what may very well be their last chance to save the world from the most terrible plague humanity has ever seen. The anti-life equation has been released and is ravaging the world at the viral speed of social media. Once exposed, victims lose their minds, violently attacking all around them. So 600 million people are instantly exposed to this virus and turned. And the virus is doubly deadly because not only does it spread through screens, so if you were just on your computer or tablet or phone and the virus released at that moment, you would be infected. So it's spread through technology, but it's also spread through biological fluids. So the same zombie rules. You get scratched, bit, you get their fluids in your mouth, and you're probably going to turn. Well, in this series, you are going to turn. And then you're going to mindlessly attack others to try to kill them or turn them, which basically means you're dead. A question you may be wondering, I don't know if you are, but I'm gonna answer it anyways, is if you're not really into comics, can you read this miniseries? As long as you're familiar with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, you'll be able to enjoy this story. You don't have to have a lot of comic knowledge. I guess the only thing that might be a little weird is Lois and Superman have a son named John, but I feel like most people would be like, oh, okay, they had a son eventually. That makes sense. Yeah, you aren't gonna know every single superhero in this story, but it's really not that big of a deal because it's so well written, and it's not written in a way where you need to necessarily know every superhero. So even if you're not big into comics, but you do like DC superheroes, or the main ones at least, I would read this miniseries. Okay, now I'm gonna talk a little bit about spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers for this miniseries, I suggest clicking off now and go and read it. And if you're one of those people that might be a little tight on cash, there is perhaps a place you can read comics online. If you were to Google DCEASED, read comics online. I would never encourage you to do so, and I think you should absolutely spend the money, but I do understand that not everybody is in that situation. But also, I did not encourage you to do so. I was just telling you about this site that exists. So now we're getting into spoilers. You've been warned. This comic is such a crazy tearjerker. There are really funny, great moments, there are sad moments, and then of course we have a lot of action because it's superheroes being turned into zombies. Imagine big superheroes being mindless killing machines. And One of the most terrifying things that happens is the Flash gets turned into a zombie. And as you can imagine, the Flash being a zombie means that he can infect people at a rapid rate. And he just starts running around the world infecting people, and it's so awesome. And one of my favorite moments in that is when Barry Allen gets corrupted. He becomes the Blight or a zombie. Superman goes, okay, I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna go after him. And the other heroes go, do you really think you can catch up with him? And Superman goes, no. Which I made a video, is Superman faster than the Flash? And of course the answer is no, the Flash is faster than Superman. That's like his one fucking power in using the Speed Force. But people get so mad because there are people that are fanatical about Superman, and if you say someone could beat him in anything, they just freak out. So I love that in this miniseries they acknowledged, yeah, the Flash is faster than me. So instead he has to meet the Flash. He goes up into space and then comes down and collides and actually runs right the fuck through him, and the Flash's body explodes and his muscles and bones and everything goes everywhere. Unfortunately, the Flash reached out, and as Superman was going through him, he put his fingers through his torso, so Superman gets corrupted. And actually, issue 5 ends with Superman turning into a zombie, and then us being told in the final issue we're gonna see what happens, which I'm guessing when a literal god becomes a zombie, you're just fucked. Just purely fucked. Hardcore. Some other great moments, Aquaman is turned and he's in the ocean and he uses the sea life to start just murdering the fuck out of people. I don't know why, it's so hilarious to see a zombie Aquaman using sharks to just fucking kill people. It was the best. I wanted more of that. Oh, and if you ever wanted to see a giant zombie, this is the mini-series for you. A mini zombie. Zombies in general are really freaky, but a giant zombie fighting? Holy shit. Also, if you're a Batman fan, you might be a little bit sad because Batman does die in this mini-series, and it's really emotional because he's talking to his son as he's trying to fight the virus, but he knows that he's going to be turned, and Alfred is in the background with a shotgun, and as Batman turns, he ceases communication and kills him, and then you see Alfred calling him son and saying, you deserve better than this end, and it was really fucked. Although, and Superman's son really needs to learn how to read a room, so after Damian's dad dies and he's grieving and John's trying to comfort him, but then Superman goes, hey, I have to go and take care of some business. And John, with Damian looking on, goes, you're gonna return, right, Dad? And they all group hug. John, learn how to read the fucking room, dude. Your friend just lost his dad. Maybe say that a little quieter. His dad's not coming back. It's also really cool to see the villains and superheroes working together and having a common cause, and seeing villains grieve for superheroes that die, even though they were in their rogue gallery, they were their villains, they're still able to say, I'm really sorry for their loss. Oh, and if you like Harley, she's in this, and she's of course a total bamf and survives, and her and Ivy have a thing, which I'm not, I'm okay with that, but I like how the Joker got initially turned and Harley had to face him, and she finally kills him and is like, wow, this is really therapeutic. I should have killed you a long time ago. Ooh, another kind of really messed up moment is Superman discovers that his adopted dad got turned, and he releases him out of the thing, and the way they drew Superman's eyes and face in this one panel, you can see just how absolutely devastated he is, and he's standing there as his zombie dad reaches him, and of course Superman just has to move a little bit to the side because it's a human zombie versus Superman, but yeah, it was pretty messed up. It was very emotional. There's a lot of emotional moments like that, but there's also a lot of really cool moments, like Ray Palmer shrinking down after he's infected and going inside someone's body and just tearing them apart. So I can't wait for issue 6 to come out. It's at the end of this month. I would then want to do a video of the 5 or 10 best moments and saddest moments in this miniseries because I am absolutely loving it, and I really encourage you to read it as well. So like, subscribe, and come back for more videos.